knew I was different because I was interested in something that a lot of my girlfriends at the time didn't want to do. They were more interested in kiss chase and hopscotch and skipping, and they was all off to the side. So it was just me and the boys. I was playing on boys' teams because there were no opportunities for girls to play football. All of my friends weren't into football, they were more into the girly things. And even at school, in the playground, you know, when it was playtime, I was the only girl, jumpers down for goalposts. It didn't bother me, I was just really happy that I was doing something that I loved and I knew that I was good at. I was playing for a local boys' team in Garston, where I grew up in Watford, and I was the only girl on the team. And I was scoring 5, 6, 7 goals a game, and word got out that there was this new player that was really good, and it turned out that I was a girl. The boys that I was playing with didn't mind the fact that I was a girl. The opposition didn't mind. It was the parents of the opposition that kind of had a problem with it, and they were irate that I was the best player on the team and embarrassing their sons by dribbling around a few players and passing the ball to a teammate or slotting it into the back of the net. And they had a problem, the fact that I was a girl playing their sport. So my dad had to sit me down and say, Kelly, look, this team are not going to play against your team anymore because they refuse to play against you because you're a girl. I was being told at that age that I couldn't do something that I was very passionate and wanted to do. So it was very upsetting. I was crying. My dad put his arm around me and said, look, we'll just find you another team. So we did. We moved across town and played for a team called Herons, still in the Watford area. And the same thing happened. So my dad sat me down again and explained the situation. Again, devastated. I'm like, I don't understand because I just want to play football. And I thought that my sex was irrelevant. But back then it was a little less accepted. Deep down, I always had a dream of playing football at the highest level I could. Even at that age, I wanted to play for England. I wanted to play for Arsenal. And that dream was there. But, you know, I was told I couldn't do something that I really wanted to do and that I was kind of good at. And I just couldn't understand why. Just because I'm a girl, why can I not play this game that I love? And all the boys can play, but why can't I? It was difficult. My dad just said, we'll find another team. You know, if you're good at this, you want to follow this, you're dreaming that you want to play football, then we'll find somewhere else for you to go. Was spotted playing in the Watford Football Festival, playing against an American side, and there were a couple of scouts there and potentially wanted me to go over there for a soccer scholarship. And at that time, when the approach was made, I was like, wow, this is the dream now, because I can be a professional player. Because in England, at that time, playing for Arsenal, we were only training 2 evenings a week, and they were late evenings. They were like 7 till 9. We were training in a ball court and playing on a Sunday. So it was hard. It was like, I had this dream of being a professional, but I had my studies also. But now this soccer scholarship was there where I could be playing every day, but also get an education. So if I put myself in America and I get my degree and I make a name for myself out there, the opportunities are a lot more vast. I wasn't the most confident person. I was quite shy and reserved and struggled to make friends. So when I put myself in that situation, it was a real struggle. Very uncomfortable, very scary, very nerve-wracking, leaving your family at such a young age, but something that I'm really proud of because I stuck at it and it got easier over time. I was allocated the number 6 at Seton Hall University, and I broke all kind of scoring records and appearance records. A big thing out in America is that they recognise your achievements, and I think it was a year after I graduated that they said that they were going to retire my jersey, and that was such a massive honour because I was only the 3rd female in the history of the university to have that done. So I have a banner now in the basketball gym, still at the university, and a circular plaque on the soccer field with my number 6 and my name above it, Smith. So, you know, I've been back since, and just to see that hanging up and the amount of respect that the university has, it's a proud moment for me and my family.
Again, the long throw in towards Clemens and play. Smith is there! Kelly Smith with a goal! 1-0 Philly! Smith will take it. Benson scoring. Score!
Yeah, I remember quite clearly, even to this day, me running down the wing in Philadelphia and went to cut a ball across. Brandy Chastain at the time come across to close me down. And as I crossed the ball, my right leg stayed there and I twisted and I heard a massive pop. And I just heard the crowd go, ooh, because they kind of heard this unexpected noise. I went to the ground, holding my knee, thinking, oh God, this is serious. And I was just praying that it wasn't an ACL injury, because that was a common theme. But then I had the scan and obviously revealed that it was a complete rupture of my ACL. So I was just devastated because, you know, it was the start of the professional league. I wanted to go out and prove a point, and I was out of the game for the whole season. It was hard because you're by yourself, you're isolated with the physio, and you see your teammates go out and training, and you have to come to the games and watch the games, and you know you can't have any impact of helping the team out on the pitch. So it was a really difficult and emotional time for me. Started drinking to numb my feelings. Drinking made me feel good because it made me forget, and it just numbed the pain that I was feeling. Just so low. I thought about killing myself. I just felt so lonely, so isolated. I was just spiraling out of control. My dad come out to the States, and he knew that I wasn't in a good position mentally, because we'd speak on the phone and he said, right, that's it, I'm coming out to get you. And he flew out to Philadelphia. So that for me was a massive relief off my shoulders, knowing that, you know, I was kind of so low that my dad was coming to help me, because when I was in that situation, I couldn't ask for help. I felt embarrassed that I was using alcohol every day just to stop me thinking, just to get me to sleep. I'd pass out. So yeah, the fact that he was coming out to help me, to kind of put me on the right path, was a massive, massive weight off my shoulders. I was so young and not well-rounded enough, didn't really know myself before I moved out there. If you're in a rehab situation, you do everything you can to put you on the right path and not look too far ahead, because there are going to be days when it's going to be tough, but the next day might be better.
Here is Kelly Smith. Perfection.
Stunning goal. Hat-trick for Kelly Smith on a big, big night. Kelly Smith is leaving in some serious style.
Your career, your pathway is not going to be easy at times. You're going to get rejections. You're going to face different barriers along the way, whether it be an injury, whether it be something else. But you have to have a thick skin, be strong mentally, talk to people. One in the mud. This way. Round here. I kind of knew that I was gay from a very young age, but was never really comfortable enough to verbalise it to my parents, to my teammates. And then obviously I met my wife-to-be, and she really made me come out of myself and really accepted me. I guess I accepted myself more because I was so happy in this relationship that I just really didn't care what people thought. I gave an interview coming off the back of my career, and I just said, yes, I've gone away and got married, and I'm extremely happy with this person. I think I kept it in growing up because I was a little bit embarrassed by it. But again, as I've come to learn who I am and really be comfortable within my own skin, it's become a lot easier. It's nice to know that being in the spotlight, that it's helped a number of other male and females, come to terms with their sexuality also. I don't particularly get nervous. I used to get nervous a little bit when I was playing, but now that I'm not playing up here, I'm not really involved in the day-to-day activities of Arsenal Football Club anymore, but just to see them play and perform and still know some of the girls on the team. But yeah, no, I don't get nervous. I see the game to be very zippy, very feisty, very physical, and I don't know who's going to win. It's such a tough call. It's nice for my family to come and support me and obviously support the women's game. To see so many people here today, thousands are going to be here watching this game. The game's really evolved, especially since I first started playing to obviously me retiring a few years ago, and the game is just growing each year. I think when I was so focused on my career and so driven, football was the absolute be-all and end-all, and I wanted to play in World Cups, European Championships and Olympics, but having him is probably the best trophy that I've ever won in my life or had in my life, and I'm just enjoying every moment. The sleepless nights are kind of still there on some occasions, but it's a hard job, but one that I've found so rewarding, and just have such a newfound love for this little baby boy. Dream big, because that's what I did, and if I would have listened to the parents of the opposition and said, you know, you're not good enough, you should stop playing, then I wouldn't have reached the heights that I would have. If you feel strong inside about the passion that you have, just go for it.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.